Just got that wind gust from Skodak. What was that again, Rob? 50?
55-mile-an-hour gust.
Which makes sense based on what we've seen.
Yep.
Could be a little bit of small hail just to the southeast of Skodak Center. I mean, it might be like pea-size, small hail in here. Nothing large. I do want to
So there's a new severe thunderstorm warning for Bennington and Rensselaer. I think it's that northern part of the storm. They're going for winds to 70 miles per hour. It was near Grafton and moving east at 35 miles per hour. So this is actually a slow-moving storm compared to a lot of what we've dealt with all afternoon long, still indicating it as a considerable threat.
So that's the Grafton-Pittstown storm, I would assume.
Yes.
So Hoosick Falls to Petersburg, and again, those of you from Pownell to Bennington to North Bennington. In fact, we've been talking about this, all of Bennington County really is under the gun. Big storms coming out of southern Washington County towards Shaftesbury right now. Let's go back to the Skodak camera. Remember we were saying sometimes there's a little bit of a delay depending on the exact location, but there's some wind there. There's no doubt about it. Many reports around Skodak, winds 50 to 60 miles per hour. Surprised we're not getting, Rob, want to do a quick check at the power outages, see what we got?
Yeah, there's not a huge update, but we are up to, I believe, over 6,000 without power in Saratoga County, 5,500 without in Montgomery County, and 3,500 without power in Fulton County. So again, I do think these numbers are going to be going up. And I'm surprised we don't have any in Albany and Rensselaer County coming in just yet. I've gotten actually a couple texts from people saying that they don't have power in areas like Colony and Latham area.
Yeah, I think these numbers are going to jump up. Basically north of Albany right now, most everybody, well, over 20,000 without power homes. Now, Oneida County, where you see 26,000 homes without power, this afternoon there was a confirmed tornado on the ground just very close to Rome. We could see, Rob and I could see the debris cloud. It had to have done a lot of damage. We got video from Rome. There it is. This could be the, Rob, take a look at this.
Wow.
This is where the tornado hit. We were looking at the radar and said, this is bad. This is a tornado, and sure enough, touched down on the ground. Part of a church steeple was ripped off.
And there was, I think that might have been showing a building collapse. That was one of the reports that came in as well.
Yeah, and that could be part of that grocery store that had its roof ripped off. Cars flipped over. I mean, look at the power. What was Rome's winds? 80
mile an hour at the airport.
Yeah, the airport, which was south of the tornado, had 80 mile per hour winds. So this is the storm that went through Herkimer County. This was the storm that went through northern Fulton, southern Hamilton County. This is the storm that tracked across the Great Sacandaga Lake into Glens Falls. There's the church, Rob. Lost the top of the church. What a shame. The damage there.
Wow.
Hopefully nobody was injured.
Unbelievable.
Glens Falls Mesonet Station reported 87 mile per hour wind gust, part of the same storm that hit Rome. And at the airport, 69 miles per hour. Edinburgh, a wind gust of 72 miles per hour. That was part of that rotating storm that had a tornado warning. You can come back to me on camera, guys, if you want. That was part of the same storm that came out of the Mohawk Valley that did so much damage. Now, we have no active tornado warnings in effect, but all these severe thunderstorms heading in towards New England, Bennington, Berkshire counties, those of you in Columbia and Rensselaer counties, all these storms are capable of producing 50 to 70 mile per hour winds, if not stronger. We have confirmation of a lot of damage in pockets, especially north of Albany, based on what we're seeing right now. Northern Saratoga County seems like it was hit hard. There's no doubt around Glens Falls into Washington County hit very hard by these storms. Albany, the worst of the winds passed just north of downtown Albany, up towards Loudonville. The Albany International Airport had a wind gust over 50 miles per hour.
And we did just get a report in from Guilderland.
Yeah.
Several trees down near 4129 Western Ave
All right.
in Guilderland. So
Some trees down on Western Ave. Let's go back to box one. That was the storm that came out of the Helderberg Escarpment that we were talking about, and that's the storm right now. That's in Rensselaer County, from Post-and-Kill to Sand Lake to Dunham Hollow, all the way east of Castleton on the Hudson and Stuyvesant. This storm, you can see the outflow of this, a little bit of a notch here, kind of an outflow here. So this is likely where we're getting the strongest winds on the leading edge of that.
we're getting some winds based on the pixel query of this around 2,000 feet up of 75 to 90 miles per hour. Now, that does not mean that you're going to see 90 mile an hour winds at the ground, but you do have the potential for those damaging winds.
Well, you know, Rob, we say 2,000 feet, but as you get into Rensselaer County, some of those elevations are getting up around 1,500 to 2,000 feet. So maybe not right in the valley areas, but when you go up in elevation, you do tend to get some stronger winds with these particular systems. And I think you're looking at what, maybe a little bit of hail in this one?
Yeah, I think you're right. Just east of Taborton and
Sand
Dunham
Lake.
Hollow.
And what do you do, the Barron Button? Yeah, there could be some small. We haven't had a lot of hail with these. There's no doubt about that. We haven't had a lot of hail. But maybe a half inch to an inch in some of these. But again, I think a lot of that's melting, Rob, by the time it gets down to the ground. We haven't had a lot of reports of hail. It's been more wind than anything else. But there's the potential winds. Reflectivity. So that's the line that tracked all through New York State. The line right now, and we're going to stay with you on this one, folks, until it gets out of our viewing area. Basically, it came all the way across New York. Here it is now, Ticonderoga to Rutland, into Bennington County, Rensselaer, Columbia County. That's the line right here. Whoops. And that's moving east. Arlington, Vermont, should be getting some reports out of Bennington County with the power outages, I would imagine. You know, with Washington County getting hit hard.
Washington County, we don't have the update coming into our system just yet, but there are just shy of 5,000 without power in Washington, 10,000 without power in Warren, nearly 10,000 without power in Saratoga. Albany County just shy of 6,000, and just shy of 6,000 in Montgomery County as well. So the power outages do continue to climb as we anticipated. So unfortunately, I think it might
If
be a
you
long
do
night.
some quick math, this is a major power outage event.
We're looking at least close to what, 40, 45,000?
At minimum, right?
now,
I mean,
yep.
you're only looking at 3 or 4 counties there if you add them all up. So this is a major power outage, basically Albany County northward, and the numbers are going up, and we haven't even got all the figures, I believe, for Rensselaer, Berkshire. They just put another warning up, folks. Another warning just went up.
Winds to 70, basically the same as...
There it is. So let me get tight on this. All right. I'm going to talk about that rotation shortly, but basically all of Berkshire County from the Mass Pike north, severe thunderstorm warning until 6:45. This is the storm coming out of Rensselaer County. It goes up into southern Vermont as well. Radar's picking up some rotation here around Buck's Corner. We saw that a little bit earlier, Rob. I'm not convinced. I mean, it doesn't look that strong.
No, yeah, I was looking at that. I'm almost wondering if there's a little bit of some bad data in there.
Yeah, we saw that before. It came
Yeah.
up for one scan and then
And I
it was
wonder
gone.
if the elevation there kind of plays with that a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that. But we did see that there's no doubt that that whole thunderstorm complex is bowing out and more than likely is rotating. So those of you in Berkshire County, it's heading your way. Williamstown to Lanesboro. It's just getting into Steventown. I believe, Rob, we got a mesonet there we can keep an eye on as well, right?
Yep, I've been watching that one.
So we'll see if every station we look at, just about every station that we've looked at today's had winds.
And Hudson Falls just coming in, train spotter, estimates 70-mile-an-hour winds and down trees on Notre Dame Road.
Hudson Falls.
Yep.
Widespread
57-mile-an-hour wind gust in Kinderhook right now.
Kinderhook reporting 57 right now. Let's go down to Kinderhook. That's part of the southern part of this storm. There
Yep.
it is. That's where, right now, those of you around Kinderhook, and again, this is heading for Chatham Center and Chatham, so you guys got to be prepared for some strong winds here as well. Let's look at the base reflectivity. Yeah, you can see all these bright reds. That's that outflow from that storm. That's that gust of wind. So Kinderhook, Volusia, Niverville. Let me take a look and see if there's any hail here. We got a little bit, based on the correlation coefficient, we got a little bit of hail right here. Little bit of hail probably up around Niverville, up to the county line west of Malden Bridge. So close to the Kinderhook Creek up there, a little bit of small hail, nothing big. That's based on radar. But now all the warnings are now starting to shift to the east. Another batch of heavy rain here in Albany, by the way, coming down in buckets. Let's take a look outside on the weather deck. No wind with this one, just some very, very heavy rainfall. But the winds have passed by to our east. Let's go back to the radar. Rob, how's that storm doing in Berkshire County? Still got hail, or is it more of a wind producer now? I think.
There could be some small hail. I think it's kind of transitioning to more of a wind producer, I think.
Yeah, when it was closer to Lennox, it had a lot of hail
Yep.
with it. Still got this big severe thunderstorm warning to the north, but keep in mind we're looking at a small section of this now. Southeastern Washington, Bennington counties.
Corinth, a report coming in, at least 20 trees down near Lake Luzerne Co-op Station near East River Drive.
Well, that makes sense, Rob, with the rotation.
Yep.
That was part of the Edinburgh storm that crossed over towards Lake Luzerne. And we knew we had reports of 72-mile-per-hour winds at Edinburgh, and the strongest rotation was just north of Edinburgh. So it was definitely that storm was the strongest of the day and the most damaging thunderstorm so far that we've had. And it maintained itself all the way across now into Rutland and northern Bennington counties. Just check to see if I get some reports coming in. You guys can punch us up on camera. We got the whole crew here. It's funny. When you're live on the air continuously, everybody's texting you reports. Getting reports from Andrew Polano. Queensbury exit 18, 50 to 60 miles per hour. Garbage cans blowing all over the place. Scattered trees down, but no major damage in Queensbury. And let me see what else we got here. Oh boy, some damage in Altamont. Looks like they had some minor damage at Altamont Orchards. A little bit of hail, but some wind damage there as well. Power outages through Colony, Altamont, parts of Guilderland. And I'm getting more reports coming out of Rome with all the damage in Rome. All right, if anything changes, they're going to throw it right back to us. We're watching it. Let's head over to John and Lydia. I know you have some more information for us.
Indeed, we do. Thank you very much, Cap and Rob. The storms that's been going on today causing damage all throughout the state.
We want to show you some of that damage from around New York. This is a look at Fort Edward earlier this afternoon. Strong winds, heavy rains, many people throughout our area seeing scenes like this.
Yeah, that rain coming down sideways and in sheets. This is the Stewart's around exit 13. We want to go to Northway, Saratoga. This was right around, and again, not far from the track. It really heavy. Laura Taglianetti was there, said everybody was pulling off the road. Look how dark it was. She said it felt like 9 o'clock at night. This video shows you what she was talking about.
And also staying in Saratoga, that wasn't far from SPAC, and they have a big concert coming there tonight. People were being told to shelter in place in their cars until further notice. They were still hoping to open the doors of SPAC to let people in at 6:45. We'll let you know if that changes.
I can't get over how dark that video is right there. The storm's also blowing through western and central New York earlier today. This was the serious damage I think we're going to find in the whole state. Rome, Oneida County. If you're trying to place Rome in your head, I was just looking up, Lydia. If you pass Utica and you hang a right, there's Rome. It's between Utica and Syracuse, closer to Utica, just northwest of there. And again, that's a steeple of a church that came down. Bricks, a video earlier showed what looked like a wall from a building down as well.
So we're going to take a quick break, regroup, and be back with much more storm coverage right after this.
Stay with us.
Starting now, this is your local news leader, News 10 ABC at 6.
When 4 p.m. hit and the news started here on News 10 ABC, there was a tornado warning. Steve Caporizzo and Rob Lindenmuth extended wall-to-wall coverage, had you covered as those storms moved through our area.
It looked like Oneida County out near Rome, New York did get a tornado. That's what they're saying. Of course, the Weather Service will go out to confirm it, but the damage we saw with a church steeple down, walls down, buildings wrecked, looks like something bad hit there. There's also power outages we're tracking in a lot of places, and there's a lot of wind damage.
Multiple counties, Cap, showing thousands of people without power right now because of the fierce winds with the storm, bringing down trees and power lines.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see the numbers go up. Let's go to box 2, and Rob, you can kind of summarize this. We've seen a jump up in the power outages north of the capital region. What do you got?
They've actually gone up since this has been updated in our system. We're actually over 10,000 without power now in Albany County, 5,000 in Schenectady County, just over 10,000 in Saratoga County. Washington County, a little over 6,000. Warren County, now a little over 13,000. Hamilton, Fulton, and Montgomery look about right. We're sitting at around 6,000, though, without power in Montgomery County. So this is definitely one of those widespread power outage making storms. And I have a feeling Rensselaer and Columbia County are going to be up next as that line of strong thunderstorms with those very damaging wind gusts continue to work their way into western New England now.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. And, you know, Bennington and Berkshire counties as well. There'll be reports of a lot of power outages with these storms moving in. We're going to continue our coverage because even though the severe threat has ended, basically the Hudson River west, there's still a threat of damaging weather for those of you east of the Hudson, in particular Bennington and Berkshire counties. We want to keep you updated. Let's go to the Storm Tracker radar. Bennington County getting hit really hard right now. Basically the entire county, from Dorset to Arlington to Bennington to Pownell. Any one of these storms, 50 to 70 mile per hour winds. They had a history of producing damage as they came across New York State, in particular around Glens Falls. Winds as high as 87 miles per hour. Big storms now around Williamstown. You can see the edge of this line of storms. See how sharp it is? It's not jagged at all. When we see that, typically that means strong downbursts or strong straight line winds. It's bowing out. So central and northern Berkshire County, likely strong winds as that thunderstorm moves eastward. Let's go take a look at this storm just to the west of Stephentown. Again, it's in an area where there's showing some rotation, but as Rob and I have noticed, it's kind of in an area where you would not expect much to be going on. So again, that could be just a little hiccup in the data, but even with that being said, line of strong storms now from Stephentown to New Lebanon. Columbia County as far south as East Chatham. That's moving eastward into the Berkshires. We'll put the track on that cell coming out of East Nassau. It'll be in West Lebanon at 628, Stephentown Center at 634. Now remember, you may have wind out ahead of it. This only tells you when the worst part of the storm is going over. Lebanon Springs at 635, and again, Stephentown at 636. There's a 100% chance of at least some hail. Notice the top of this thunderstorm, close to 41,000 feet. It's moving east at 40 miles per hour. Let's take a look and see what we have for hail in this. We'll look at the the coefficient correlation is right here. Got some hail here, a little bit of hail just to the north of Lebanon Springs. So those are two areas of hail. More than likely, it's probably not that large, looking like about a ½ an inch based on our Barron button. Let's zoom back out. Severe thunderstorm warning again for Berkshire County till 6:45. This includes southern Bennington County till 7 o'clock. Let's head up to the north. basically all of Bennington County until about 7 p.m. Worst storms are now moving over the Green Mountains in Vermont. The rain is letting up in Washington County. The most intense lightning centered around Williamstown and Pownell. This is 470 or 455 cloud to ground lightning strikes. I know, Rob, you're looking at the camera in Cheshire. Let's go to box 2. The storm is just to the north and west of Cheshire.
Yeah, and we obviously things kind of look calm, just like how it did in Glens Falls right before that storm hit, right? And we're going to be keeping an eye on this because there's no rain yet. The flags, they're not really moving a whole lot. So I wouldn't be surprised, though, within the next 5-10 minutes that this starts to look like a completely different story here in Cheshire. Especially, I mean, that warning still is going for gusts up to around 70 miles per hour. So those of you in the northern Berkshires really need to take the warning. Get to shelter, basically. If it looks like this, you're ahead of the storm. You need to kind of get inside where it's safe right now.
All right, Rob, thank you. We have Laura Taglianetti, who is up live up in Fort Edward. She's been chasing the storm going north, where there's quite a bit of damage up in Fort Edward. Laura, what do you got there?
I am in Monroe, and when we left, last time you saw us, we were in the parking lot of Stewart's. We ended up following some fire trucks and police, and we got to this house here in Monroe. Take a look at this. This is a burned out box. It controls the sprinkler system here. Now, if you come with us outside through this door, lightning struck here right by the base of that tree. You can see they have the welcome sign out there. Lightning hit the ground, hit the sprinkler system, followed the wire into the house here, blowing up this box, started a fire, a 2-alarm fire. When we got here, there were fire crews swarming the house. Everyone on the road was outside because the owners of the house told us the whole neighborhood could hear that lightning strike. They said the road shook, the house shook, and then they came into the garage. You can still smell here the burned plastic, and you see the damage this did. So thankfully everyone is okay, but I mean, it was a pretty big lightning strike that happened here. So yeah, we're gonna see there's expected to be more damage like that here in Monroe, and we're gonna see what else we can find, but hopefully everyone's okay after this storm. You guys?
Thank you, Laura, appreciate it. The dangers of lightning, that's in the town of Monroe in Saratoga County, damage up to Fort Edward, Glens Falls, Lake Luzerne, Hadley, reports of damage around the Great Sacandaga Lake, parts of Hamilton County. It's pretty extensive, it's pretty widespread. The storms right now, just to kind of reset things, Bennington, Berkshire counties, the 2 counties left in our viewing area, and Columbia County, parts of Columbia County, still under the gun for damaging weather. We have no tornado warnings in effect. We had quite a few this afternoon. And based on what we saw, some were confirmed on radar. Some were confirmed on the ground, such as the one out in Rome, where we saw the tremendous damage in Oneida County. That was the same storm that tracked all the way across to Glens Falls and Edinburgh today, doing a lot of damage. We're looking at box 2. This is Cheshire and the Berkshires. Those of you in the northern Berkshires, get ready. Severe thunderstorm is heading towards you. Very heavy rain, thunder, and lightning now from Adams to Williamstown in northern Berkshire County. Cheshire, you're right on the edge. Let's go to box 1, and you can see this is the severe storm. Steventown moving into Pittsfield, around Hancock, New Lebanon. So we're not out of the woods yet. Berkshire County, you're under the gun. Just east of Williamstown, severe weather. Just keeping an eye on the Cheshire camera right now. And much of Bennington County, though the worst of the storms have moved through Dorset and Manchester and should be tapering off shortly in Sunderland, Arlington, and Shaftesbury as everything's moving off to the east and northeast. So that's the area that we're watching right now. Albany, we're in the clear. Saratoga Springs, Glens Falls, Lake George, we're in the clear as well as the storms have shifted off to the east. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap up our coverage on News 10. We'll continue to watch these storms, and what we'll do is we'll transition our newscast over to Fox 23 at 6:30. Rob and I will continue to keep an eye on the radar. We'll be broadcasting live until these storms exit Berkshire and Bennington counties. They've done their damage in New York. They have. Now the damage is in Bennington and parts of Berkshire County. So we're not going to leave you until this storm gets out of our viewing area as it continues to move off to the east and northeast. So right now, Bennington County, severe thunderstorm warning. Berkshire County, severe thunderstorm warning. Rob, can you punch up the power outages for me? Quick update. We're looking at over 50,000 homes. Over 50,000 homes without power, mainly concentrated north of Albany, Box 2 guys. Saratoga, Warren, Albany counties. The numbers shoot Box 2 guys going up in Rensselaer County. We should see more power outages in Bennington and Berkshire counties. We'll continue our coverage on Fox 23. See you over there.
Starting now, this is your local news leader, News 10 ABC at 6:30.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Lydia Colbita.
And I'm John Grave. You're watching over on News 10. We're glad you switched over because these storms are not quite done with the capital region yet. If you're just joining us now because you've been dealing with your own stuff at your house, severe winds, severe damage in the area, a lot of power outages, this storm was a whopper.
This tornado warning started earlier today, 4 o'clock for our area. Steve and Rob were wall to wall tracking these